So I sat down with the developers of Diablo Immortal and asked them a whole bunch of questions. One of them was, what's next for Diablo Immortal? Today in this video, we're going to break that down. Let's get started. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Nemo. Welcome to another Diablo Immortal video. Today, we're talking about the recent sit down that I had with the developers of Diablo Immortal. I asked them a whole bunch of questions. I actually have a whole bunch of videos on it. I will link some of those if you missed them. But today, we're going to talk about exactly what's next for Diablo Immortal. I asked them when is beta coming. I asked them about release stages. I also asked them about the device compatibility. Wanted to know what kind of devices are going to be compatible when Immortal comes out. All of that today. Remember, this video is going to be chaptered. You can skip around anytime you like via those chapters. Make sure to smash the like button, hit the subscribe, and stay tuned for the latest content when it comes to Diablo Immortal. I'm going to have a whole bunch of more videos like this. You don't want to miss out. So let's get started. I have a question about beta. I know you can't tell us when beta is coming, but could you tell us maybe, are there multiple stages planned for beta? And if so, are we going to lose progress? And the follow-up to that is there going to be an expandable list of devices, right? Some people aren't able to play right now on certain devices. Like, is there an end game to that? Do you guys have like a list that you're driving towards? I know that you want to make sure that everybody plays on all devices, but is there maybe a list of devices that are not going to be compatible 100%? This is one of the most hottest questions that everybody wants to know. So that's why I'm asking.
Scrappy, I'm laughing because you have this way of I love it of putting 3 questions into every question.
Because I don't know if I'll get another chance. I'm sorry.
We'll take them. No, it's good, man. It's good. There will be more beta phases or testing phases. I don't know if they're going to be called alpha or beta. It's extra testing. There's more testing ahead of us than behind. I think I mentioned that in the Q&A. We still have to do 45 to 60. We've got the 2 extra classes. So yeah, I would expect there to be more. For device compatibility, we do want to support more devices. The device requirements for technical alpha were deliberately conservative, so higher, and we are looking to expand device support. But I don't know the specifics of what future phases will have. I wish I had something more specific for you. I don't.
No worries. And will we lose progress? That was the one thing too, like from test to test.
Yes. There will be a wipe.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know. It's heartbreaking. Part of that is because things change. Like we rebalance stuff. I mean that's the biggest reason is because we test things out and then we change the reward rates and make some things more generous and tighten up other things, and so we have to wipe.
Now you just heard it from the man himself. Now I actually made a video breaking down some of the stuff that he said at the developer Q&A just a couple of days ago. So this was me coming off that developer call. So I wanted to make sure that I asked this question and get a little bit of a deeper feel into when beta is coming. And as far as like how many more things are coming. So if you break this down and you think about it, we already had 2 tests, right? We already had the first test, which was just internally for the Diablo Immortal folks. And then afterwards, we had the technical alpha, which is what we played. And then he's saying that there were more tests to come. There were more ahead of us than behind us. So technically speaking, that means there's got to be more than 2. So at least 3 tests, if you think about it, right? So 3 tests ahead of us, 3 plus tests. Now, what he mentioned was they were going to be testing 45 to 60. That's what we didn't test in the technical alpha. So level 45 to 60, which will open up a couple of more zones and give us full access into basically the story of Immortal. So we'll be able to progress from 0 to 60, beat all of the story, and then get to the end game. He also said that they're going to be testing out the Crusader and the Necromancer. Between this developer interview that I sat in and asked, and then the one at BlizzCon, we're pretty much able to say that there's going to be 2 different tests. One for the Crusader, one for the Necromancer. So if you think about it, okay, so 1 Crusader, 1 Necromancer, and then maybe 45 to 60, there will be a 3rd test. Is there going to be any more tests? Will we have a PvP test? Is there going to be one of those? what other things we're going to be able to test. One thing that he did state between this, conversation and the one that happened at BlizzCon Day 2, was that we're definitely going to see end game content in this next test. So we're going to see what happens at the end, because remember, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that we haven't seen yet. I want to see this. I want to see what happens besides the Elder Rifts and the Challenge Rifts. I want to see, there's going to be dungeons, all kinds of other stuff. And remember, actually, I'm going to be coming out with a video when it comes to dungeons. I asked me and a few other content creators asked this question about dungeons, and he did talk about that, actually. I will post, I'll make that into the next video. Tomorrow, I'll talk about dungeons and you'll hear what he has to say about that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this down below. Do you think that this is good? Do you think there's going to be 3 phases? Are we going to have 4 phases? How many tests are coming before Immortal actually releases? Because it's got to release in 2021. That's what they said at the Q4 financial call to their investors. They promised that we're going to see Diablo Immortal full global release in 2021. There's only a couple of months left. I mean, that means these tests are coming very soon. This is really exciting. I hope you are ready for this. Again, thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you tomorrow.